Welcome to Never a Dull Moment. I'm Greg Blythe, and today we're continuing the Stroping series that we've had going. So we've had a little fun playing with food once again, and I want to take a moment to show you what we've got in front of you. So as the title alludes, we're going to be talking about the different types of burrs that you get on a knife. And so what I want to first do is I want to show you what I consider as perfection, okay? If you really take a moment to look at this, of course, I've got some little toothy edges on my pseudo knife, but I really want you to understand that we've got like a perfect apex. I mean, the sides come together in a triangle, and you can really see that as the edges come up, we have a beautiful knife. And that is our example that I want you to compare with the other things that we have going on. Now, as you've learned to sharpen with a knife, learn to sharpen a knife, you're going to take the stone and the knife, and as you push back and forth, you're going to kind of tether the end of the blade. And as metal comes and hangs over at the end, after you've used stone after stone, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm going to put a link up here in the description on knife sharpening basics, because when you get to what we're talking about, you have sharpened your knife, and now we're going to go into stropping. So in the end, you're going to end up with an edge that has metal that's hanging over, and it literally flips back and forth, okay? We don't want that. We want to like rip it off, okay? We need this burr to come off. And in the end, you can already see that the apex of the knife is being exposed. Like the triangle that made up the knife was below this burr. And it's already becoming very evident as we remove it. Like look at that triangle, you know? So we rip all the extra away, and we're going to be showing you techniques to do this. So now what I'm going to show you is there's two types of burrs, okay? The two types of burrs we're going to call them positive and negative. The positive is going to be a softer. This type of burr, if you look at it, it's got a thin wire edge. You might think for a moment that that's a great knife, but actually you can even see it wobbling on the video. So what's going on is you've sharpened soft metal, anything with a Rockwell hardness around 59 or below. And in the description, I'm going to put some lists of different types of metal that tend to make this type of wire edge. So this burr, you have somehow managed to like make the burr stand up. And the problem is you believe for a moment that this beautiful pointed edge is somehow like a sharp edge. But the moment you press this flimsy edge into food, it's going to mushroom. And when it mushrooms, it's going to turn over. And as that turns over, you're going to find that the next thing you cut, it gets very dull very fast. Okay? And you can still see that the apex was really below it the whole time. Okay? Look at how much more firm it is once you rip the thin wire off. Now that's the part of the knife that really will have like great edge retention. Okay? So now let's go to this type of type. Okay, it doesn't look much different to you, but you might notice that the base is fatter. This is a very hard knife, okay? So these are a little bit more high-end, some of your super steels with a high hardness rating. You're gonna see that the apex is below it, but the bevel that's down here, we've got a burr that's standing up like a wire edge, but it's thick at the base and it's shorter, okay? But because this metal has got a good edge retention, it's more brittle. And so it's going to be much easier to like break this off. And once we break it off, once again, we can see that the apex was below it. And this is a great example of like, once we break it off, we're still going to go back, and I'm going to teach you in just a minute of how we're going to polish the edge and really get the edge nice. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take a moment here, take a towel and clean my hand, because we're gonna demonstrate for you the two different techniques for the two different burrs. Okay, so again, remembering ideal is we want this beautiful, beautiful triangle, okay? And again, you know, my mashed potato mountains, you know, I had to figure this out, but hopefully this is a good example for you. So let's talk about the softer steel. If you remember that the softer steel had the wire edge that sat really tall, okay? And so if this inexpensive knife by KitchenAid, or even some higher dollar knives that are like have a little bit more flex, some Wusthof, Hinkle, I mean, what you're gonna wanna do is the burr that has the tall, thin wire edge, as you go to do a normal stropping, you will end up, especially with just leather, you will end up making the burr longer and thinner, but you will never rip it away at the base. Okay, so this is actually gonna give you the illusion that you've done something, but then you get that thin edge that the moment, it's like so sharp when you give it to your customer, so sharp, and the next day it's dull. You don't know because you've been paid and you left. They're the ones that have to figure it out. So what you need to know is that the softer metal knives and some of the different metals, again, we'll have listed in the description, what they need is they need to be stropped on, you can do leather. What really works great is kangaroo tail. And I will have two different links in the description of places you can get this, because it's very limited on the people who do the kangaroo tail. But so whether you use leather, and I have, you know, leather strops, okay? I'm gonna be showing you on the kangaroo just because I just needed one to show you. So we need to sharpen this at a slightly higher angle. Excuse me, we need to strop this at a slightly higher angle than we sharpened. So if we sharpen this at 15 degrees, our stropping angle is actually gonna be no less than 15.4 degrees and up to 17 degrees. So the way we're gonna do this is, instead of using a flat bench strop and guessing, like if this is our sharpening angle, do we like turn it up a little? You could. I'm not gonna say it's not wrong. But if you really don't wanna think about it, this is where a hanging strop is so beneficial, because what you would do is you would literally put the knife on the hanging strop and you would pick the knife up at the angle that you were already doing. And then as you press into the strop is going to bow. And as it bows on the soft metal, it's going to actually naturally increase the angle for you. Okay? So you don't really have to think about it. And for that, it's gonna rip that very long, thin bevel, that long, thin burr off at the base, and you won't have the wire edge anymore. Now, you're still gonna have like a little toothiness that we'll talk about, and that's, you know, you have a rough and a rough side and a thin side. You can do the rough, and then you can do the thin, the slick. But then you're gonna wanna go to, and by the way, I didn't mention, this has no diamond emulsion on it. This has just the hair on it is coarse enough and the leather is tough enough that it's going to go ahead and rip that wire edge off at the base. Then we need to polish that toothy edge that we showed on here, where we had like to make that a little bit cleaner. That's when we're gonna like to really, once we rip it off, you know, when we get all those things off, that's when we're gonna want to take it and we're gonna take a strop. We're gonna have put diamond emulsion on it, and we're gonna use something at like 0.5 micron, and you can even go down to a 0.25 micron. And we're gonna go back at the proper angle, which is the sharpening angle, and finish. And in doing so, any of those little teethy pieces of metal that are sticking up, they will be removed, okay? Now, if we go over here to the harder metal, you know, this is a VG10. Obviously, some of you guys are using like white number 1, super blue, ZDP 189, HAP 40, R2. I mean, there's definitely a lot of steel that is much harder. And so you had that fat base at the bottom that was a short burr, and that knife is solid. And so what you then want to do is you do not want to use your hanging strop, no matter what the material. The problem is that as you accidentally increase the angle, you are going to literally roll the edge over. So as it pulls over, it's going to like roll over it and kind of round the edge. And we need to kind of make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, so the way that we're going to make sure that doesn't happen is you're going to take your flat bench strop, and when you put it down, you're going to put the knife on and you're going to strop at the same angle that you sharpened your knife. So if you sharpen at 15 degrees, we want to strop it at 15 degrees. And again, we match the degrees when we have a hard steel, a hardwell rod. Let's go with like a hardness of 60, maybe 61, but definitely higher. Again, we'll put a list of the different types of metal that we know that perform that way in the description. So you guys have now seen the different types of burrs. You've now seen the 2 different techniques. Once we do either one of these to rip away the wire edges and burrs at their base, again, we definitely want to finish with the diamond emulsion. Whether you start at 1 micron, 0.5 micron, or 0.25, you definitely can progress down. And in doing so, you're going to clean up that edge. You're going to end up with something beautiful. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to give you great edge retention. It's going to give you a good cutting feel. You want to do all this to make sure that if you end up with teeth, the problem with teeth, and people love a toothy edge. Toothy edges tend to cut really well in fatty food. The problem is that the teeth break off. So they literally break off, and it causes a weakness on the edge of the knife. And so you might have like a certain sharpness at the very beginning, but you'll find that the knife gets very dull very fast once again. So definitely, you know, if you want the toothy edge, get the toothy edge, but just understand why you ended up getting a little bit duller faster. So I appreciate you watching me play with food. I appreciate you taking the time to check out the channel. We've got some more exciting things coming up. I'm going to be reviewing some whetstones from a company you may or may not have heard of. We've already booked my flight. I'm so happy to go see Ryan Swanson in Washington, D.C., learn a lot from him. He is a big-time commercial sharpener. He's got a little knife shop that I can't wait to see what's going on there. And we're still going to the Blade Show. I've already talked to some of you guys. You're going to be coming, and I'm going to get to meet you and learn so much from you. Thanks for checking out the series. More to come. Lots of excitement. God bless. We're wishing you never a dull moment. Thank you.